Good morning, afternoon, or evening. How y'all doing today? Welcome back to Moro's Math Corner. Today we're going to learn how to add and subtract rational expressions with a common denominator. So let's get right to it. In order to add or subtract rational expressions with common denominators, simply add or subtract the numerators and keep the same common denominator. It's that simple. And then you're going to go ahead and simplify the final rational expression to lowest terms. Before we get into the actual math of today, don't stress out. Fractions are easy, especially with common denominators. This is what we're basically doing. Think about 3/12 plus 5/12. Well, that's going to be 8/12, right? You know that because you added the numerators and you kept the same denominator. Then you're going to go ahead and reduce this. You're going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 4, giving me 2/3, right? All right, there's the math there, nice and simple. Or, for example, let's say I have 10/15 minus 3/15. Well, that's going to give me 7/15, and I can't simplify that any further. What happened there? I subtracted the numerators, and I kept the same denominator. So the exact same thing is happening, but now we're dealing with rational expressions. So let's get right to it. So if you notice here, we've got a subtraction here. So what we're always going to train to do is we're just going to go ahead and perform the operations in the numerator and place them over the common denominator. So for example, in this case, we have 10 plus 3y minus 7 divided by 6y. That is going to equal 10 minus 7 is 3 plus 3y over 6y. Which then I can factor a 3 out of the numerator, rewriting it as y plus 1 in standard form, divided by 6y. And then if you notice, we can go ahead and reduce the 3 and the 6 to 1/2, leaving us with y plus 1 over y, and we are done. It's that simple. It's not that bad. And number 2, again, let's follow the same procedure. Up here in the numerator, let's pay attention to what's happening because we have common denominators. I've got x squared plus 7x over x plus 7. So we can factor the numerator. We can take out a common factor of x, leaving me with x plus 7 over x plus 7. And common binomials can cancel out to 1, leaving me with x. All right, next. We've got here 2x squared plus x minus x squared. Again, what happened there? I just performed the numerators operation because the denominators were common. So I've got x squared minus 4 here. Let's go ahead and add the like terms in the numerator, which will give me here, sorry about that, which will give me here x squared plus 2x over x squared minus 4. Let's go ahead and factor in x from the numerator. Let's factor the denominator. It's a difference of squares. And then if you notice, we can go ahead and cancel out the x plus 2, both in the numerator and denominator, leaving me with x over x minus 2. All right, let's go. All right, for number 4, whoa, wait a second. If you notice something, these are close to being the same, but they're not the same. I've got a minus 4 here on the left, but I got 4 minus a on the right. So hopefully some of you are thinking, well, just go ahead and factor out a negative, Mr. Morrow. Well, that's exactly correct. And watch what happens when that occurs. You're going to go ahead and factor out a negative 1 here, okay? And now it's become a minus 4. However, trust me, this lingering negative 1 is going to complicate things for you. So go ahead and immediately multiply it to the sign here. In this particular case, the sign is a negative, so this -1 times this negative here will now become a positive. And please pay attention to what just happened there. So I got a squared plus 2a plus a squared plus 12 now over my a minus 4 denominator. So again, one more time, real quick. So I noticed that a minus 4 and 4 minus a are not the same. So I went ahead and I factored out a -1 from this 4 minus a. And in factoring out a -1, I'm now left with a minus 4 because I divided a -1 out. And this -1 I multiplied to this negative sign here. And now a negative times a negative becomes a positive. All right. So that's the way you do that like a boss. So I've got now 2a squared plus 2a plus 12 over a minus 4. I can go ahead and factor out a 2 from the numerator, giving me a squared plus a plus 6 over a minus 4. And that's as far as we can go. All right. So pay real close attention to what happened there with that negative sign. All right, next. 5 over x plus 1 plus 3 over x plus 1. Well, we're going to go ahead and add the numerators here. 5 plus 3 over the common denominator of x plus 1. That gives me 8 over x plus 1. Can't simplify that. Sometimes it's that easy. Next, okay. We have common denominators, but we've got a subtraction here. So please pay attention to what happens here. I can't change this sign to a negative because I'm not factoring a -1 from anywhere, but I do have to remember to distribute this negative. So when I rewrite this, please note that it is 9x plus 1 minus 6x plus 2. Please remember to distribute that negative. Very, very important. Divided by the common denominator of x plus 1. So now I've got 3x plus 3 over x plus 1. I can factor out a GCF of 3 in the numerator divided by x plus 1. And now I can cancel out the x plus 1 in the numerator and the denominator. And my answer is 3. All right, let's go. Okay, notice 6y minus 6 is different than 6 minus 6y. So let's go ahead and factor out a -1 here from this denominator, creating now 6x minus 6. Go ahead and take this negative out, multiply it to this positive sign, and now there's a negative here that must be distributed. If you need to, rewind and watch that again. So now I've got 2y minus 9 minus 4y over 6y minus 6. Now this becomes -2y minus 9 over 6y minus 6, which I can take out from here a -1 from the numerator, giving me 2y plus 9, and I can take a 6 out of the denominator, leaving me with y minus 1, and that is far as I can go, and that's fully simplified. Let's go. All right, remember that negative there. Got to distribute that negative. All right, so we've got 2 common denominators here, no tricks there, but we do have a negative here, so please remember that when you are subtracting rational expressions, you've got to distribute that negative to everything to the right of it. So this will become 3x squared plus 8x minus 1 minus 2x squared minus 2x plus 9. All of that over x squared minus 3x minus 28, which is the common denominator. Go ahead and add like terms. We've got x squared plus 6x and then that's plus 8 over x squared minus 3x minus 28. Now let's factor and simplify. So we can factor the numerator to x plus 2 times x plus 4 over x minus 7 times x plus 4. And then we can cancel out the x plus 4 in the numerator and denominator here. That cancels out to 1. And my answer is x plus 2 over x minus 7. And there you have it. Not that bad at all. A little tedious, but you got this. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned a lot. Take care now and come back anytime. Bye-bye.